Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. My name is Ash and I'm here with a review of the Grinch Christmas Adventures on Xbox. Now, this was released on the 13th of October 2023, developed by Casual Brothers Limited and published by Outright Games, who were kind enough to send me a copy for this game to do this video review. So big thank you to them for that. They've always been awesome for us as we are part of their ambassador program and we love checking out their games. Now, this game is obviously based on The Grinch, basically a classic Christmas book that's been adapted into a fantastic sort of TV special, as well as multiple movies over the years, including the live action one with Jim Carrey, and the really good animated one from a couple of years back with Benedict Cumberbatch. Now, this game is based on the books, doesn't follow a plot of any of the movies or anything like that, but it's really fun. So you all know what happens. The Grinch hates that the Who's have Christmas. He doesn't celebrate it. He can't stand it. And he basically wants to steal Christmas. So he sets off with his dog, Max, on a quest to basically steal all the presents from Who-ville, which is like the neighbouring town. Now, I'm not going to go over everything that happens in The Grinch. You all know it. And if you don't, read it, watch it, because it's a timeless classic from Dr. Seuss. Now, the game itself features bright, colourful visuals inspired by Dr. Seuss's original illustrations, including like storybook cutscenes, which really look like the books used to, and sort of push the plot forward. Now, this game is up for 2 players as well. It's not just a single-player game. You can play together. So one of you plays as Max, one of you plays as the Grinch. And each of the characters has different abilities. Max is more of a support character. They can jump high, they can go through little gaps and stuff like that, and they push levers to let the Grinch through. I highly recommend, like, if you've got a younger child that's playing with you, let them play as Max, because it's a much simpler experience. They don't get attacked or chased by like the enemies or anything, so it's a simpler and easier way for them to play. Now, if you're playing it solo, when you've got control of the Grinch, you can push your button to flick between Max and then push it again to flick back to the Grinch, so to complete the puzzles. Now, this is a sort of side-scrolling platforming game where you basically have to get to the end of a variety of different levels across a variety of different environments. Now, you'll avoid enemies, you'll do platforming sections, there's sneaking sections, and there's collectibles to find as well. So in each level there is a variety of presents that you can collect, and puzzle pieces. Now, these puzzle pieces that you collect are used to upgrade your character. When you get enough of them, you can go in the menu in between levels and choose one of the upgrades to unlock, depending on how many puzzle pieces you have. So they cost a certain amount. So say I think the first one's like 4 pieces, and then one's like 9 pieces and stuff like that. And on these, they're like little mini games where you have to make a jigsaw or showing off this upgrade. So like one of them is the Grinch has like a candy cane whip thing, and you put all the pieces in the right place and that unlocks that upgrade. And there are a variety of upgrades that you can unlock during the game, as well as costume upgrades. You'll eventually get your Santa boots, your Santa hat and everything like that, your Santa costume. Now, gameplay wise, it's not super difficult. It's a very sort of straightforward go from one end to the other. There are a large amount of checkpoints in each of the levels as well, which is always fun. And if you do die, you just start at the last checkpoint. There's no sort of punishment beyond having to sort of replay a little bit beforehand. Now, as well as the sort of platforming sections, there's also like these snowboard racing sections where you are racing down a hill on a snowboard. which is pretty fun. However, they are single player only, so if you are playing two player, one person just basically has to wait. And there's a section as well where the Grinch's abilities come in like handy. So there are some sections, like I say, in the game where the Grinch is the sort of the main focus. So with the second player playing as Max, they will just be sort of following along. However, they can teleport next to him. Now, the game takes place over a variety of different environments, and there are multiple levels in each environment as well. So you start off in like the caves and stuff like that. Eventually, you end up in Who-ville, and it basically roughly follows the plot of the books. Obviously, it's stretched out a bit to give you a full game. Now, I played this with my daughter and she loved it. She's not a huge game player. I've mentioned this on the channel before, but she really enjoyed this. It was very simple. And also my kids, my son and my daughter have played this solo as well. And that's the footage you're seeing right now of them playing it. Now, there are some sections as well. Like I said, there are some sneaking sections where there's basically these gingerbread men that chase you based on your sound. You have to like creep and you have to hide in cupboards and under tables and stuff. They can be quite tricky with two players if one of you gets stuck or something like that, just because like chairs can block your way and stuff, and then these gingerbread men will get you. Like I say, it's not the end of the world. It's only a short section of like each level, so you'll literally only be in it for sort of 2 minutes or so, but they can be a little tricky for younger kids if they're not used to like hiding and stuff like that and trying to avoid enemies. But it does break up the sort of gameplay of just like platforming. Then you've got the sneaking sections, then you've got like your snowboarding sections and stuff like that. So it's really, really cool. There's, like I say, not only do you have the side scrolling, you have a little bit of everything, and I like that when a game sort of mixes it up. Same with the environments. I like that each of the environments really goes in with what they're supposed to be. I think Who-ville and everything looks great. There's like the mountains that are all like snowy and everything like that with the trees, and then the caves are all like dark and creepy, and there's the spiders and stuff like that, and the Grinch's house. And it's done a really cool job of sort of realising what the world would look like in video game form. And there's also a narrator who narrates it just like you would expect from like any sort of Dr. Seuss books and films and stuff like that. And you can even speed it up a little bit if you want to sort of skip that, and it sounds really funny when it sort of like speeds it up. It's like on tape player going really fast. Now, it's a great couple of hours. I would like to have been a little bit longer. Obviously, I am not the target audience. It's aimed at younger kids. However, while there isn't like I say, there's only about 15 or so levels over the 3 different worlds, there is a lot of replayability, because when you've unlocked these new abilities, you can then go back to some of the older levels to use those abilities to get to places you couldn't before, to get more of the puzzle pieces to then allow you to unlock more and also get all of the achievements. So it's priced at $34.99. It's playable on Xbox One and Xbox Series X and S consoles, optimised for Series X with up to 120 FPS. It's also available on Steam and other platforms like PlayStation and Switch. And if you're a lover of Christmas, a lover of the Grinch, a lover of Dr. Seuss, or a lover of outright games as other sort of kids-based video games, I highly recommend checking this one out. We'll be playing it probably on a live stream closer to Christmas as well, because we've always looking for Christmas-themed video games, and now we've finally got one that is worth our time. But that's it for this video, guys. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, hit that like button, hit subscribe, and we'll see you very soon for more gaming content. Bye for now.